Good morning, Chuck Carstensen, Remax Results. Doing a live video now on Facebook, but we normally share these out on YouTube, and you'll see this one in our blog here in a little bit. In the past, I used to call these like the February real estate market update. So we're in February 2018 as I'm doing this video, and you're either listening to it live or watching the recording. And what I'm talking about today, the title, the theme, is what a seller's market really means in 2018. So what I'm going to give you is some differences of what you think a seller's market is and what it actually is in 2018. So a seller's market, say, in the past, or maybe in different hubs, different parts of the world, different parts of the United States, in general, a seller's market is, hey, the sellers can get anything they want. You list the house and it goes for several thousand over the price. Now that does happen here in Minnesota sometime, but that's not what I mean. And I think a seller's market in 2018 is going to look different than that. Yes, there will be properties that get bid up over the price, and we'll talk about that a little bit in a moment. But what it actually is not the old school sellers can get anything they want. In 2018, currently in Minnesota, lots of places across the country, we have inventory shortage. A lot of my videos, the theme has been we're short on inventory, and while shouldn't that mean, here's the deal, shouldn't that mean the seller should even get more of what they want if a seller's market is truly sellers can get anything they want? So we have a shortage of inventory. In most areas, the sellers aren't actually getting everything they want, meaning that the buyers do have a say in this. So buyers, fear not, you're okay in this current 2018 seller's market. And why I say this, and what you really got to pay attention to and listen to, is that a seller's market in 2018, if you're a seller and if you're a buyer, or if you're an agent or just somebody observing this or listening to this now, you got to pay attention to the fact that a seller's market in 2018 means if you're a seller, if you're an agent, you have to be hyper aware of the fact that you aren't going to get everything you want. You do have a little more leverage over the buyers in certain situations, but you actually got to put the house where it makes sense to price it. A buyer, a buyer's agent, anybody paying attention, you can't list something $20,000 overpriced and expect to get it. If you are $5,000 overpriced, the buyer's agents are going to question it. They're going to get this little sick knot in the stomach. They're probably still going to buy it, so you might get that $5,000 overpriced. But it's just not going to feel good. It's going to be like, right now, lots of, my wife's sick, and I think one of the kids are sick, and a lot of people are getting sick. They got influenza. You're going to feel like you have influenza when you're a buyer and a seller is way high. So you might think that makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense. There's that sick feeling that people get when it just doesn't feel the way they want, and we want to avoid that. So here's why I'm doing this video, because nobody's going to tell it to you this way, is that as a seller, you don't want the buyer having that sick feeling. You want the buyer to have a good feeling. So a seller's market in 2018, so I'm glad you've stayed with me this long or got to this point in the video. I'm not going to give away all the secrets right away. It's when you pay attention and get a little bit into it is when you find the secrets in life. And for the secrets for selling is you want the house to be where people feel good about it. Like they feel good they're getting your property. So one, they feel good if the price makes sense. Yes, it might be slightly above the last sale price, but it's not way above. Way above, either you're ignored or they're like, what's wrong with that person listing it that high? Second, the buyer wants the home to be in good repair, meaning they're expecting if they're going to be paying these higher end prices that it's clean, it's showing well. Maybe you fix some things going into the sale, so on the inspection, there's not so many things that get listed. Because on the inspection, if there's a lot of things that come up, buyers, again, get that sick feeling. They either ask you to repair 15 things or say, nah, never mind, I'll just wait because of that sick feeling. And again, seller's market in 2018 means don't give that sick feeling. Price it right where it makes sense. You can be slightly above, but not a lot above or way above. And you got to have the home good repair. And then the actual other thing, when it comes to negotiations, like you have to understand that negotiations, when it is a seller's market and you can get a lot of what you want, there's also got to be some flexibility. If you're not a person or a seller who can be a little bit flexible and understanding that inflexibility, again, leads to that sick feeling, you want to learn to be a little bit more flexible. So seller's market 2018, don't go way above. You can't get everything you want. You got to be in line with the pricing. The item number 2 I talked about, house got to be in super good repair because people are paying high amounts of money in their mind. And number 3, you got to be super flexible. So what's this also mean to buyers? That's the market. I'll have a video soon why this is not a problem, because it only would be a problem if next month, next year, the prices were going down. Then it might be a problem buying now. But, and I'll go into detail in a future video, I think we're skipping the downturn. Like people are going to say, there's going to be a bubble coming someday. Literally every 5 to 7 years, real estate kind of goes up and down in a bigger wave like it did last time. I went way up and down. You can't see all my hand motions. I got to see if I can do that here. but coming back to it, I think we're skipping it. So there's literally going to be, it's already been going up. And it's supposed to kind of hit the downturn, which is 5 to 7. So if we skip a 5 to 7 downturn and then have another 5 to 7, what would have been an upturn that stays pretty level with a little tiny bit of waves, that's 12, 14 years of good market. You literally could buy a house now, even though it seems like the market's high, put a 15-year loan on it, 15 years, have it paid off. So even if the market goes down, nothing to worry about. So I'll go in more detail in a future video. Seller's market in 2018. Sellers is different than you think. Buyers, what I said just now helps you make sense that it's still something you got to work with and move forward with. So as you hear this video and have some questions or wondering even more details on what I just said, you're always welcome to reach out to myself and Michelle. If you're watching this live or the recording on Facebook, we thank you. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube or one of our blogs, there's always a comment section. Our information's always around these videos. You can reach out to us. And of course, we are looking for more buyers and sellers to help. We've got a super strong team that can take care of you. And one other thing that I'll mention coming soon, we'll have more live videos. It's Minnesota. It's super cold out. Like it's below 0. So we've got a lot of new listings. We're going to do live videos there. And we'll get out to a lot of those as well here in the next week. I'm doing this one inside today because of the weather. All right, sellers, don't make your buyers sick. Listen to the first part of this message. And buyers, understand the market. It's going to be that way for a while. So you got to get going now if you are looking, and have a blessed day.